to a 3-year, $63 million extension with Howard. Meanwhile, 35-year-old pass rusher Khalil Mack is planning to play in 2026. Mack will explore his options in free agency after spending the last 4 seasons with the Chargers. And the Commanders are releasing cornerback Marshawn Lattimore and have notified him of his release. Lattimore played in 9 games last season before tearing his ACL. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
One in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you here on Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland with you live here on KFH, Facebook, YouTube, X, 12 News Connected, the Odyssey app, all kinds of different ways you can take in Sports Daily. We appreciate you for all of them. We've got Max Power producing. He's got the KFH hotline at 869-1240. You can reach us via our video streams. You can email the show. You can send voice messages through the Odyssey app. We want to hear from you today. We got a big show coming up for you. We will have you, Paul Mills, Wichita State Headman's basketball coach, a little bit later in the show, switching his regular weekly spots here. He's going to talk to us today. And we will also have Wyatt Thompson on, voice of the K-State Wildcats. I want to get his take on the Big 12. The Cats not particularly interesting, but does he think they have a chance to maybe pull something off the Big 12 tournament? Maybe the win of the season in Lawrence on Saturday. We'll talk to Wyatt Thompson about all of those things. It's all what's on tap. Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring Caddy Shack, Wichita's golf beer. Caddy Snack. Blonde Ale is refreshingly crushable and makes the perfect pairing for the first tee to the 19th hole. No matter the score, Caddy Snack reminds you to beer the ball. Wichita Brewing Company, pizza and beer made here. TJ, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I didn't sleep a wink last night because I was so upset with myself that I combined the words eliminated and demolished yesterday, and I said that Starling Marte abolishes baseballs.
Well,
as a grammar nerd and a JV wordsmith, as I like to pride myself on, I like to pride myself as a man of faith, as a drive in the deep left field. But yeah, it's just that was a bad one. I got to put a hand up. That's my bad.
He abolishes them from being in the field of play. I guess is what
there's context where that could make sense.
Yeah. The other big news last night, as you put it out there, that Reese Alston will be taking an official visit to Wichita State this weekend. Shock fans, he got motivation to get out to the game. You got a 5-star recruit coming in this weekend. He's got ties to PJ Kuznard. Got a 5-star recruit coming in to Koch Arena Saturday, senior day, final home game of the season. Let's get out there and motivate him. That's an interesting bit of news. Now, everybody in the world is going to be recruiting him. So we'll see how this goes. But, getting an official visit to Wichita State, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool moment. Thanks, PJ Kuznard, probably on that one. I don't know if you have any more information on how that came about. You assume that's what it is, and probably the big piece.
Basically, yeah, we can dig into it deeper, but yeah, I mean, he's got 30 offers already. He's got the KU, Kentucky, Purdue, Louisville. This is his third official visit. He went to Louisville and Purdue first, and coming to get this one for the final game of the season. He's a 27, so his recruitment's probably going to go on for another 8 months type of thing. But it's it's not insignificant that he's here. It may be. It's probably going to be a climb uphill trying to recruit against Bill Self and Matt Painter and all of the above. But, those guys didn't coach him in AAU ball, and Wichita State's got that. Do I?
NIL.
Yeah.
That will be tough to recruit against as well. Jay points out that he's the son of former NBA's Rafer Alston, who folks probably remember. But yeah, look, get him in the door. Other recruits are going to see that.
So backstory here is that I saw the official account of Wichita State basketball retweeted this last night, and it popped up for me. And I saw that name, and I'm like, that sounds significant. And it's because literally last week I was bored at work, and I was like, I'm going to go look up all the guys the Shockers have offered in high school, because you can see that on like 247. You can pull that up. And like 2026, there's like 10 guys, kind of like 3-star, 4-star, so on and so forth. Then you click on 2027, and there's like 7 5-stars that Wichita State all offered. I'm like, oh, heck yeah. Like, swing big, I guess. One of those, by the way, if we're going to talk about it, 5-star in the class of 2027, Dawson Petit. The little brother.
So they've offered 2 5-stars.
The little brother of Dylan Petit.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a 5-star. I knew they offered him.
He's like top 3 player in the country.
Okay. Look, it's interesting because in this freshman class notwithstanding, because this freshman class this year across the country is historically good, it looks like, there could be a world where, it's better for big-time prospects like that to come spend a little time, outside the Power 5 because of how heavy the transfer portal has gotten. Maybe. I don't care. Wichita State, I hope all of the followers of this and all of Reese Alston's friends see that he's taking an official visit to Wichita State. That's what I hope. And I hope that Shocker fans deliver. And it, if nothing else, creates a little buzz when he's talking to his fellow recruits out there. Wichita State's going to survive and thrive in the transfer portal. Let's be real about it. In the current existence, Wichita State, unless they get some kind of like one and done to the NBA, is going to be best served through the transfer portal. That doesn't mean you don't get excited about 5-star recruits. Top end players you would expect to participate as freshmen. It'll be keeping them into their sophomore years that might be a little bit of a challenge, but it doesn't matter. It's got the Shockers on the radar. It's to what we've talked about for weeks now. They've achieved the goal of relevancy again this year, and it's just nice to see it.
That's right. Speaking of the Shockers, mid-major basketball on Twitter. There's a bunch of like little mid-major accounts that just tweet about mid-major basketball. The Shockers have made the latest mid-major top 25. They are in it. Number 24. They are ranked among the mid-majors. And this one made me chuckle. The mid-major basketball, mid-major ball on Twitter had their rankings come out. Number 1, St. Mary's. Number 2, Miami of Ohio. Number 3, Gonzaga. Like, isn't Gonzaga top 10 in the AP?
Yeah. And by the way, St. Mary's, we mentioned that yesterday. They have climbed in.
St. Mary's swept them.
Well, they clapped. I'm talking about ranked to the actual top 25. They're inside there. Kansas.
Is a loss to St. Mary's now help the Shockers' resume?
Yeah, probably, but not in a way that matters. I would have been nice to get it. It still probably wouldn't have been enough to matter, but it's okay. It's been a good year. Like, we're talking about big time recruits again. We're talking about, are we going to sell it out again? The Shockers are, in a position to do something special in a conference tournament. Like, all of that stuff's been achieved. Paul Mills has been nominated for some postseason awards. Like, it's a good time to be a Shocker fan. Now they got to go out and finish the job, finish it with a win on Saturday, and then get to that conference tournament. They get to the NCAA tournament, man, I'm telling you, place is going to go on fire. It's been a fun year. It's been a really fun year. Kenyon Giles, for those keeping score at home, still cannot get Conference Player of the Week. He doesn't have any, does he?
I don't think so. He's gotten honorable mention like 7 times.
You got to find a way to get him one.
That's what somebody asked me. They're like, "Is Kenyon Giles the Player of the Year?" I said, "He's not even the Player of the Week. He's never been the Player of the Week."
I don't think he'll be Player of the Year. He'll be all conference.
Yeah.
But it's funny. We'll ask Paul Mills, not about the recruiting because we can't, but we'll ask him about Kenyon Giles and all the other things happening. That'll be in a little bit. First, though, Wyatt Thompson joins us next. I want to get his take on the Big 12. We had another big one last night. Arizona flexes again. Is Arizona a contender? They don't shoot any threes. See what Wyatt thinks about that and everything else coming up on Sports Day.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
311
more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily on KFH. And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
And thank you to Prairie Fire Coffee as we do welcome in our insider, Wyatt Thompson, voice of the K-State Wildcats, into Sports Daily. Final week, Wyatt, of the regular season for K-State basketball. I mean, I guess we're to the point. The Cats have two things on the horizon: the chance for a Sunflower Showdown win, the chance to win any games in the Big 12 tournament. What do you think's more likely, Big 12 tournament wins or a win in Lawrence on Saturday?
Well, based on history, you'd probably say Kansas City, right? Allen Fieldhouse has been a house of horrors for virtually everyone, including the Cats, and it's just what it is. I hate saying this every year, but I've been there 23 times and won once, so it's a rarity when you beat them. And I think they've been a little up and down in the last week and a half, but prior to that, I thought they were really starting to, get better and make some strides. And I still think they're going to be a factor. They may not win the Big 12 this year, but I think you get to March, and if they play well, that's the key, of course. And you've got the Peterson equation and however that plays out, but they're a dangerous team come mid-March, and I think you can say that too about Texas Tech and Houston and Arizona and so on and so forth. That's the Big 12.
Wyatt, one before that, though, is West Virginia. That's a game that K-State was in till the final second out in Morgantown. Can they steal one, their last game at home?
I did a couple of interviews with the folks in that area yesterday, and I told them that I thought they could. And the reason is because I believe, and we've said this all year long, K-State is flawed, no question about that. It's been a tough year from the defensive standpoint and from the rebounding perspective. But I do think here in the last handful of games, they've given themselves more of a chance with better and consistent defense. If they do that tonight, I think they do have a chance. If you remember, and I know you do based on what you said there a moment ago, that game in Morgantown was a grinder kind of, most people would call it an ugly game, right? It was 59-54 or whatever, and neither team made a lot of shots. K-State shot in the 30% area, and West Virginia just over 40. But K-State did have a chance, like they've had in many games on the road this year against those types of teams, and no reason to think they won't tonight. But again, the bottom line is this: can you find a way to win a close game? And they've had such a hard time with that.
Hard time all year with the Wyatt Thompson, voice of the K-State Wildcats. They do seem, when you hear them talk and everything, that they've got decent energy, decent attitude in all of this. That's what kind of takes me to, they've got a lot of offensive talent on this team. I won't be surprised if they win a game, who knows, maybe 2 games in the tournament. But when you talk about miracle runs and you look at the Big 12 this year, that just seems impossible. When they're 5 or maybe even 6 deep of just like really, really good team, you'd have to beat 3 of them to get through the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah, and the likelihood of that is very, very slim, probably more so than ever before, if you're being honest. I really do think that those 4 or 5 teams are as good as most. Maybe not Michigan most, or Connecticut, Florida, whoever you want. But those top 5 or 6 teams nationally have separated a little bit. But is it enough? Could you see Kansas beating a Florida as an example? In a Elite Eight game, or whatever. Sure, but for a team like K-State, or even a team like a West Virginia or TCU to climb through that gauntlet in 3 or 4 or 5 days in Kansas City is really tough.
Wyatt, while we're talking about it, there was a big Big 12 game last night. Who's the best team in the Big 12?
Well, I think it's Arizona, but I've said Arizona all along, and I think it's been proven out that way. And what's really interesting for me, I think I saw a tweet on this morning about the teams at the very top of this league have 3, and in some cases 4 players back from a year ago. I don't think you're going to find out that from the other teams from 6 down, and so that does matter. Retention matters, and I got the point. And you knew you had Bradley and Krivos and those types of people, Tobe Awaka, but Braden Burries has developed into a star. I think the way they were talking last night, that they thought that he was their best player when the year started. He just didn't know it yet.
No,
he knows it now. I mean, he's just so explosive, both hands. I think he makes them even more dangerous. I think their only little hiccup is if you catch them on a night where they don't make, say, 5 or 6 or 7 threes.
Well, they said they don't. That was
an off night. That's the only way you're going to get.
They took 18 of them last night. And that
Exactly.
felt like a boatload for them.
That was our conversation, Wyatt, is that if you had to pick between Arizona, KU, Houston, or Iowa State, who's got the highest ceiling when you don't shoot a ton of threes, that lowers your ceiling a little bit. Can they overcome that with their giant 7-footers and athleticism, I guess?
Well, that's it. And the depth too, right? I mean, I've said this all year long too. I admire what Tommy Lloyd has done, if nothing more than getting Tobe Awaka and Anthony Del Orso to give up starting spots to let Burries and Koa Pete start and blossom into who they have become. That is not an easy task. He's done it very seamlessly. You hear nothing with them about having issues of any kind in the clubhouse, quote, so to speak. I just like their team. And one thing that he mentioned after the game last night that I saw this morning that I think is so relevant is that the perception when they got into the league that they were a little bit on the soft side, that's changed. If you don't believe me, go try to guard Tobe Awaka for 30 minutes or 25 minutes. Good luck.
K-State, or Arizona was soft?
Yeah. I never bought into that. I just didn't. But I think there was some of that out there, and he remembered it. When they won a championship last night, he spoke about that. I don't think he's bitter about it, but I think he was trying to say, we've been good all along, but we're better now.
They're better now. Let's go rapid fire then while we're playing this game. We'll take you through the top 5 of the Big 12. You tell us whether you think you can imagine a world. Iowa State, who they beat last night, that a team that could make a run all the way through the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think they can. It's really interesting with them. You look at them, and like the loss last night, they didn't play great, but they didn't play bad either. I think it's all about how close to optimum level can they play, especially when you get past those, I'll say the first game. Usually a team that's going to be a seed like that, again, I'll say usually, you can get that first game. Those next are harder and harder and harder as you go. But they have a lot of pieces. What I believe they don't have is a Krivos in the middle. But they have a really good point guard in Taman Lipsy. They have an elite shooter in Momcilovic, and Jefferson is such a hard matchup because he can play inside and out, shoot it out to 3, beat you on the block with either hand. They're a pretty legitimate team, and nobody talks about this, but they defend. I thought they stayed in the game last night, not with their offense, but more with their defense. I could see them being an Elite Eight kind of team for sure. If not, maybe a hair more. We'll see. We'll see.
It was a rock fight for 30 minutes last night. It was some ugly basketball being played in that game. Those are two defensive
early
teams.
They didn't hit shots, did they, TJ? I mean, that was the thing. It's basketball's a beautiful thing when both teams are hitting shots, but with those kind of elite athletes, it was a little tougher last night. And sometimes it was just the missing shots. They had good looks and didn't go.
You've covered everybody but Houston and Texas Tech there. Texas Tech loses JT Toppin, and all they do is win the 3 games immediately following that, including at Iowa State.
Yeah.
And then Houston maybe is finding a groove again. I'll tell you that I like Houston probably the best of the group, but what about the 2 teams out of Texas Tech and Houston?
Well, let's start with Houston first, because I do love their freshmen. They're not, Sanak is so different than Jamal Shed from a year ago. Shed was I don't even know how to describe him. He just nails tough, beat the heck out of you without fouling out, elite defender. Sanak's not really any of that. He's a 7-foot kid that can play inside and out, really skilled, probably be a lottery pick or real close. So there's differences there, but they still have a lot of pieces. And when you have somebody, when the game is absolutely on the line, that can go get a bucket, and they have, in my opinion, 2 guys, with Emmanuel Sharp and Kingston Flemings, they will be dangerous. The Texas Tech team is the hardest one for me, because once Toppin went down, I thought, oh boy. But they've done nothing but elevate with everybody else, whether it's Atwell, Anderson, Bamboye. I mean, they're really well coached. I'm really most of the time I don't blink an eye on who the Big 12 Coach of the Year is going to be, but who would you guys pick? Would you pick Johnny Dawkins? Would you pick Tommy Lloyd? Would you? I mean, who? I think the guy at Tech is as good as any.
Grant McCaslin. Yeah, let's see how it finishes. Let's see it. When do they have to vote? When does that vote happen?
I think that actually comes out. It's probably here in the next few days. I think that comes out.
Boy, I wish we could
Sunday
see
or
the
Monday.
tournament. I wish we could see the tournament, because what if Tech goes through the tournament without JT Toppin? How do you not go McCausland? What if Kansas gets it, and you've got Bill Self sitting there with all the things that they've dealt with Darren Peterson? What if they make a run through?
I couldn't argue with that at all. I mean, even if they would make the semis, right? I mean, how many guys did they have back on their roster from a year ago? Not very many. Sure, you can argue that they had Darren Peterson.
They're number 6 and number 7 off the bench is who they brought.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's another team that, we talk about them in this area, but I think around the league, I don't know that they have the appreciation for what Trey White's doing, what Council has done all year long. To me, he's kind of their glue guy. I was looking back at, the numbers on K-State and KU for the weekend from the game that was here. And yes, it was close. And then they just went away from them in the last, 8 or 9 minutes. But Council was really good. White was good. Badunga's going to give you what he gives you. But the guy that carried KU in the first half here was Tiller. So they've got pieces too.
Pretty good basketball team there. Wyatt, I'll ask you this, is that it's always a controversial thing about, does the Big 12 tournament matter? Because the Big 12 is obviously a team where all those top 5 teams we just said, doesn't matter much. It's not going to change their seed line very much, probably, unless they go on Iowa State goes on a crazy run and beats 3 of them or something like that, as they don't get that triple bye or double bye. What is it worth for teams like those 5 that we just said? Obviously, for the K-States and the guys that aren't going to get the at-larges, it's a big deal if they can find a way to do it. But for those top 5, top 6, does it matter?
That's a superstar question from my perspective, because I'd like to ask every coach in the Big 12 that. I think you would be about 50-50 on what they say. And I think if they were being 1,000% honest, most of them would say, don't want to get anybody hurt. Go as far as we can, but not hurt ourselves for next week. How's that for a short answer? Because I don't think it matters nearly to those guys what it did before. I've seen years where, you guys know this, and the thousands of people Iowa State brings to the tournament, both men and women. It's remarkable, really. and some have tried to be funny and say, well, you'd like to get out of Iowa this time of year too. Okay. That's still, but they're seeing darn good basketball too, right?
Right.
I don't think it's quite as important. And I think I would equate it to this, those bowls below, those New Year's Day type bowls from years past, right or wrong.
Wyatt Thompson, voice of the K-State Wildcats, our Big 12 expert today. Yeah, it doesn't matter a whole lot, but for a team like Kansas,
it could.
who's still finding itself, don't you want as many games as you can get right now to get you ready for the tournament? They're just hopefully getting Peterson, at full strength here.
Yeah, I think the short answer is yes. And because they are Kansas, because they have what they've done in the past, and everybody understands that Peterson, when he plays, is elite for the most part. So yeah, it's a really good point, because maybe more. Tell me if I'm wrong on this, and if you do, I'm good with it. But for them, it may mean more than, say, in Arizona or Houston or even a Tech.
Yes.
I don't know that Tech is going to play up to another seed line. They will if they make the finals, maybe. I mean, at some level, even without Toppin, people have got to realize now, hey, that's a pretty dang good basketball team, right? But I think most people know what Zona and Houston are for the most part.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's backwards for KU, because you're right. Like in years past, it's like, all right, let's just get out of here without anybody getting hurt. And this time it's like, we are going to play 3 games, and we're going to make Peterson play 30 minutes, and we're going to see what it looks like, and we're going to play together, and it's going to work. For K-State, what did I see? The last mock bracket was you get drawn against Cincinnati in the first round, the team that beat you by 30. If you win, you get to play against the number 1 or number 2 pick in the draft in DeBonsa. Then if you win, then you get into those top 5. It's ridiculous, the Big 12 this year, and that
is
encapsulates it.
Yeah, and that's one team that we didn't talk about that has slipped a little bit in BYU, and K-State could play BYU or Cincinnati right out of the gate. But losing Richie Saunders, I think, kind of took some of their mojo away. They're still kind of trying to find themselves. In all due respect to Boscovich and some of the other kids that they have, those guys aren't 18-7 guys like Richie Saunders, right? And a guy with, over 100 games of experience. It's just what it is. That was a monster loss for them. He was going to be hard to replace at the end of the year, even more so now when, when you're really making that push and they've faltered some without question. But Cincinnati's the team that I'm the most intrigued by at the moment in that mid grouping, just because I've said all along, I love their athleticism. They don't shoot it great, but when they make some shots, especially Day Thomas and Jizzle James, Mustafa Cham can really play, fellas. He's one of the best big men in the country that nobody really talks about a lot. I'd take him in a minute on my team. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
But they've got to have some of those other guys, play at pretty high level too, to really make a run. But everybody wrote them off, 3 weeks ago, and they've really responded since then.
Jacob, let me cut you off. I got one more question about the Big 12 tournament. Wyatt, we see it tomorrow for the first time. Are you ready for the glass court?
I kind of am. When I first saw the release, I'm kind of shaking my head. I'm going, is this really going to be a very big deal? And then I saw the piece yesterday where it was flashing, on the floor. I mean, for those that don't know, it's glass or some sort of glass, but they can do so many. I guess computers are wonderful when they work, right? That's what we all say. But that video yesterday, did you see it? I'm sure you did. It was pretty cool, man. You can put K-State or Arizona or KU on there, and it looks sweet, don't you think?
I'm so curious about what they're actually going to do with it. My idea was that at every media timeout, the court switches to the team that's winning. So if K-State's got a lead, we're playing in Bramlage.
Yeah, or on a big run or whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
I get it. They could. Yeah, I think what I would say is I wonder if this is really going to be the future, right? With the technology of it now,
I'd like to see the price tag on it. I'd like to see the price tag on it. Not sure we're going to get that at Indiana State anytime soon.
No, and that's a ways away too. I mean, it's just the truth, but it is a little cooler with video when you're really seeing it as opposed to reading about it and this is what it's going to be. And I thought at first, it's like, come on, man. But Mr. Yormark is an NBA fan and at his core, and he likes the flash and what have you. And we're going to have some flash when we get to T-Mobile, no doubt.
Yes, we are. Bramlage tonight, 7 o'clock tip. Wyatt will have your pregame coverage and the call right here on KFH against West Virginia. Wyatt, good luck.
Thank you, buddy. We need it. We'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll see everybody on the other side. Wyatt Thompson, everybody. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-01 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. We are glad to be here with you on this Monday. This March, the madness isn't just on the court. It's taking over downtown Wichita. Join KFH for Hoops for Heroes at the 9th Floor Club and venue on March 20th. From midday madness buffet lunches to evening madness in the Cloud9 Cigar Lounge, it's the ultimate tournament watch party. Enter the Ultimate Bracket Challenge. 100% of bracket proceeds benefit CanVets United. Supporting our local heroes. Get tickets and brackets and learn how you can be a member for a day at 9thfloorwichita.com with 97.5 and 1240 KFH. TJ, it is going to be a great party there. How many teams locally do we have dancing? We'll find out. But either way, you can go watch the games at the 9th Floor Wichita. It's the old Petroleum Club. It's a cool spot. We went in there, had lunch. It's a great spot. Great cigar lounge. If you like cigars, go check it out. Will it be Wichita State and KU? We'll find out. Paul Mills joins us in just a little bit.
Will it be K-State? Let's not rule it out. Season's not over.
That is accurate. K-State plays tonight at home against West Virginia.
Last night we had our first elimination of conference tournaments. They started in the what league is it? The Horizon. The Horizon started last night. IU Indy, formerly IUPUI, fell to Cleveland State. So they're the first ones marked off the list.
Get out the red Sharpie, right? K-State 1.5-point home dogs tonight. You got any interest in that? I kind of do.
I mean, they almost beat them. West Virginia's
Home
not
dog.
world beaters.
Yeah.
Listen, I was gonna ask Wyatt about this, but I didn't do it. By the way, how much more fun is it to talk to Wyatt whenever we're not talking about K-State struggles?
Wyatt's he's such a student and such a resource with the Big 12 that it's okay. Like you can just quickly get a lay of the land because he has to prep all these teams. He has to scout all these teams all year long. Like it's great getting his take on this.
Yeah, it is. So
not so much on K-State, unfortunately, but we knew that. Look,
true.
It is what it is. We don't have to pretend. I mean, they're really bad. Here's what I want to know. Can they not finish last? Can they hold off Utah?
That's my next. That was what I was going to say. I was like, I didn't want to ask the question, but looking at it, Utah finishes with Colorado and Baylor. Can they win one of those? If they can, K-State can't. K-State is last place.
They can. I'm not sure that I think they will.
Tonight they host Colorado. That's their bit. Going to Baylor is going to be a tough ask.
Yeah.
That's a
I don't know. What's the line there?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Colorado's had a couple of moments this year.
8 p.m. in Salt Lake City. The Utes are favored. 1.5.
Favored, yeah. Man, do you play for a draft pick here? There's nothing on the line. You don't want to finish last. Like you just don't.
Do you remember all of the?
Can you imagine?
Do you remember all the discourse back when the Browns had their defeated season, and somebody said they should have a parade for it? Is there pride in finishing last?
Can you just imagine? Like, can you just imagine K-State at the start of the year? If I told you,
they were ranked. They were like just
last
outside
in the Big 12.
Yeah, weren't they receiving votes in the preseason poll? I'm pretty sure they were.
Yeah, they were close. They were.
If not, they were last year. I know. I thought that they were.
I'm pretty sure. Oh man. Yeah, I'm with you now. I might be mixing them up with last year. I think they were.
But I can look it up.
Oh yeah, you could go back to the original opening preseason poll or whatever, I suppose. Man, that's tough. That's tough. It's been such a bad year. It's been such a bad year.
13 votes. We're not wrong.
That's brutal. That's brutal. Jeez.
Yeah.
I just can't.
It's interesting though.
I can't even believe because it hasn't been. I mean, they had some injuries, but they don't anymore. It is wild. They got many people's top portal player. The number one guy for a lot of people was PJ Haggerty. And
I know.
Last
I don't know. I listened to. I always talk about it. I listened to Scott Van Pelt, and they talked about they're like, yeah, like the numbers are inflated. Nobody really knows what they actually are, but like he's like talking to our national guys is like K-State spent north of like $15 million on this roster is what Scott Van Pelt was saying, which again, it's probably inflated, but it's probably double digits. That's not out of the question at all. And it's like, he made the point of like, I see that. And then I watched K-State play, and who did they spend the money on? How much money did PJ Haggerty get? Like, it's wild. Him and Nate Johnson are both pretty big gets.
It's just wild that it's gone this poorly. That's what I mean. Like, if they're 500, middle of the pack, don't make the tournament, that kind of thing. Like, okay, last place?
Yep.
Oof.
They got to win tonight. Or I think it's happening.
I kind of like.
And the worst part about it is that K-State fans, but that group of K-State fans are going to be excited. They're going to be happy that K-State got last place, just to say like, yeah, thanks Jerome Tang.
Again, you're not playing for a draft pick here.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's not a hot take that it's fun to win basketball games.
That's right. It's not a hot take to root for your team.
Correct.
KU is a 5.5 point favorite at Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
Feels too low. Feels trappy because you see that and you're like, oh, give me KU all day long. Wonder what that's all about. What is that all about?
Arizona State beat Texas Tech with Toppin.
They did. That's the game Toppin got hurt.
Yeah.
They just beat Houston recently. They got smoked by Cincinnati. They got smoked by Iowa State.
Mm-hmm. Is there something to be said about the week-long trip to Arizona? Is it like the week-long trip to Utah last year?
Could be. It's a normal tip time, though, isn't it? I mean, they've won every other game since February 14th, since Valentine's Day, and it is every other game. I also kind of have a feeling. Oh no, it is a late tip tonight, isn't it? I kind of have a feeling this could be a Peterson spot, right? Kind of like Oklahoma State. Team's not as good.
Should we just keep saying that every game?
Well, no, a lot of time we're right.
I know.
Peterson is leading the team in scoring, but I mean one of those like first half Oklahoma State where he hits 4 or 5 threes.
No.
Gets pushes it up to like 25. Again, is that the best thing for KU when that happens? I'm not sure yet. I still don't know what I want that combination to look like.
What did I see? I saw Curtis Siebold, radio guy in Kansas City, put out a stat, something along the lines of like when Peterson scores 20 plus, they're 4-4. When he scores under 20, they're 8-2, which is not exactly a perfect stat, but something to be said about Peterson starts putting them up. They don't play KU basketball.
Wait,
that's what we've been talking about.
So 20 plus, they're 2-2. What was 20 or under?
They're 4-4 when he's 20 plus, and I believe I'll double check this. And then under 20, they're 8-2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know about that because wouldn't you, like peak KU offense has been first half BYU. I don't really care. I just want them to play great defense always. That's it. Like,
we haven't talked about this yet while we're on this conversation. The Athletic put out a mock draft yesterday, and Peterson is the number 2 pick. And it's starting to be, according to, what is it, Marcus Stein, right? Or Mark Stein?
I bet you $1 he's not.
Mark Stein said on a story that members of teams in the mix for the number 1 pick says at least one top talent evaluator whose team will be in the mix for the number 1 overall pick via the draft lottery in May says, I wouldn't take Darren Peterson with the first pick. There's too many question marks.
I'll bet you he's the top pick. What do you want to bet? Bet you $1. Unless he gets
I don't know. It's not. Shreya said it in a good way. Is that like there's just not a consensus anymore.
I would agree. I would agree with that. I'm surprised it's just those two. Also with Boozer, I don't know. It's you. I think teams are going to be too scared. Like you think about some of the times where, and this isn't the same as Greg Oden over Kevin Durant, because it's kind of different players. But there have been times. I remember, was it Darko We were having a conversation about Darko Milicic instead of LeBron. Like, sometimes it was Hakeem over Jordan. That's Hakeem, right?
It wasn't Hakeem, was it?
Yeah, I think so. I'll double check that.
I don't
It
think
was two guys. Wasn't Jordan? What?
I think it was like.
Well, it was third. It was Hakeem and another guy who got hurt.
Oh, Sam Bowie. That's right. Yeah, Hakeem was okay. Sorry. I forgot Jordan was third. I thought he was second. Yeah, Sam Bowie went above him.
Yeah. So you get to those that tech draft also had that draft had Charles Barkley in it, had Otis Thorpe in it. That draft. John Stockton was in that draft. Jeez Louise. Kevin Willis was in that draft. That was an unbelievable draft.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Right? It was right before I was born. Year before I was born. So I think at the end of the day, you see Peterson and teams are going to be like, well, we can't be the team that passes him up. If you were an NBA team and you drafted Taron Peterson and he blamed out, who's going to get blamed there? Peterson.
Yeah.
But if you're a team and you draft DeBanza over Peterson and he's awesome, who's like you're getting all the blame there.
I agree. I think teams are too scared to mess it up because of the examples that we're giving.
I think it should be, right? I'm not laying blame at their feet to be too scared. I think that's the right way to be.
I agree. I think that like you can't overthink it because you've had Peterson as your first pick for 2 years. Like you've had him as the number one pick since he was a 17-year-old. He like jumped DeBanza because DeBanza was. And then he jumped him right before their senior year, and he was the number one player. And everybody was like, oh, yeah, he's a top pick. And he was even the top pick whenever he was number 2 because everybody's like, he's an NBA player. Like, he's perfect for the NBA. And, it's been set in stone pretty much. And now it's just like, well, he's been hurt. So does that change something for you? And I'm there's something to be said about it for sure. That's what I've been saying since November is that I can't believe that the NBA people aren't, raising an eyebrow or two at this. Now they are. But I still think that whenever it comes time for it, they're going to be like, listen, guys. Should we stick to our gun? Like, look at this video of him whenever he was an 18-year-old. That's not the same player. Can he get back to that? If he can, he will be an all-star his rookie year.
He will be, I don't know about all that. He'll be a good player. Like, if he's just not dealing with the cramps, he's going to be a good NBA player. Like, is he going to be a great college player? I think those are two really different.
You know what? This is something that's really interesting to me, is that we've talked a lot about the dominant freshman clear-cut number ones, Cooper Flagg, Zion. I don't know who else you want to throw in that conversation there. Like, those guys were awesome. Like, the draft class as a whole is much better than we've seen in a long time. Like, this is going to be an awesome draft class. But and I think that's just because there's so many college players this year, because we've, like, strayed from it. But, like, is the talent in this? Like, is there anybody? I know people talked about, like, Cooper Flagg would be number 3. I don't think that's true.
You take him 3?
I think I'd take Cooper Flagg number 1. Like, I think that, like,
Cooper Flagg was the best college player I've ever seen.
I think this draft class is getting diluted a little bit. The sauce is getting diluted. I don't think that anybody in this draft class is as good as Cooper Flagg.
Ooh, I was going to ask you that. I think that is a fascinating question.
I think I was drinking the Kool-Aid hard back in October, and I would have said Cooper Flagg would have been 5th. And now that I've seen him play a full season of basketball,
Cooper Flagg was certainly a better college player than any of these guys are going to be. He's probably the best college player I've ever seen. Does that mean he's going to be the best NBA player?
True.
I don't know. Tyler Hansbrough was great in college, right? Like, but Cooper Flagg has also been great in the NBA. All right, we'll come back. We got more Sports Daily. We have Paul Mills joining us this hour as well. Stick around.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-01 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
and inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Hey, welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be here with you. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland, for another hour of fun. We'll have Wichita State head men's basketball coach Paul Mills in just a little bit, getting you ready for KU tonight, K-State tonight. We've got Shocker women's basketball tonight. Shocker men don't play until this weekend in what's turning into a massive, massive senior day home finale. It should be a fun one at Charles Koch Arena. We'll get you ready for all of that. We'll take a look at some of the deadlines and the business to be done today in the NFL and how it pertains to the things that we're paying attention to. We'll hit all of that today. It's all what's on tap. Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring the seasonal release, Lazy McCafferty. This beer, packed with multi-specialty grains that you love in an Irish red ale, but it's light enough to put on your kilt and have you singing from the tabletops all night long. Lazy McCafferty Irish Red Ale, now available at Wichita Brewing Company. Pizza and beer made here. Glad to be with you here on Sports Daily. Ready for college basketball? Are you ready for March Madness yet? Or are you looking forward to conference tournaments?
I honestly, I'm in the camp that I don't care about the Big 12 tournament. Like, it's fun and it's cool just because there's a bunch of basketball in one gym.
I'm with you.
But
I'm with you. It's not that I don't care about it. I do care about it a great deal.
If you win if KU wins the Big 12 championship, listen, if KU wins the Big 12 championship, they put up a banner. No.
Regular season. Season, not the tournament.
I think Iowa State did that last year, by the way. They won it and they put up a banner.
Conference tournament banner?
I think so.
Okay.
For a team like Wichita State, if you win,
I'm also in the camp of I don't really care what banners they put up or don't put up. Have fun, do whatever you want. I like the tournament because I think the event is incredible. I think it's an incredible event. We're not in one of those years where anybody's playing for. I mean, K-State's playing for its season, obviously, but look, I think I'm maybe a little more curious about it this year because the league is so loaded.
Yeah,
and I would like to see KU is of great interest, obviously, but even if I was a neutral observer, because you want to see Peterson play a little bit. I think Texas Tech is fascinating.
I think that.
JT
in terms of watching the basketball, like the Big 12 tournament's awesome because you get to just watch 20 basketball games in 3 days or whatever. Like that part's, and I love just daytime basketball, so that's always incredible this time of year. But it's always, I mean, nothing holds a candle to the round of 64. Like even the best conference tournament doesn't hold a candle to the round of 64.
I love the round of 32. Do you like the round of 64 or the round of 32?
64 gets you the most upsets. That's the best.
Oh, that's a good question. Then, I will say that, okay, you're right. Because there's nothing better than the Thursday or Friday because they're on weekdays.
Correct.
And it's just an excuse to be stupid on a weekday. So, yeah. But the basketball itself, though, man, the round of 32 is really good also.
We're almost getting to that time of the year. My birthday's next week, Jacob. I can't wait for my yearly day to go sit down at a chain restaurant at 11 a.m., turn on the Horizon League tournament, order a triple dipper.
The old triple dip.
All right. I got headlines. We got to stop wasting time here.
Yeah, we've got that coming up
All
as well.
right, Sports Daily fans, let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
Okay, I've got good ones. I forgot to mention this one yesterday, and you've probably seen it. Did you see the Miami of Ohio thing over the weekend?
The thing?
Did you see anything about Miami of Ohio?
Not other than how good are they because they keep winning.
Well, they almost lost to Western Michigan. They were down at halftime by like double digits almost, and like had to win on a buzzer beater basically.
I saw that. Yes,
crazy game. At halftime, Travis Steele, head coach, future head coach of the Wildcats, was belligerent how mad he was, and walked into the locker room screaming at the officials, screaming at whoever was in his way. Walked up to the DJ booth, two hands shoved the dude's speaker onto the ground, like. You've got to watch this video. Throws the DJ speaker on the ground, and now everything is coming out afterwards about all this stuff. The MAC fined him, what was it, $2,500 for his outburst at halftime. Then the most incredible DJ Chuck, Charles Welch. This is all the Myron Metcalf story. It's awesome. The most incredible DJ Chuck said that the speaker busted. He later found out that the booth output on the back of the speaker was damaged. The turntables and the speakers were damaged. So after taxes and shipping, it was about $3,000 worth of damage. And then he said also the TV cameras did not catch that the DJ followed Steele into the locker room and got into a screaming match with each other after he broke his speakers and everything like that. But Travis Steele, the most incredible DJ Chuck, said that Travis Steele called him. They made amends, and he wrote him a check to replace all of his gear. So,
wow. No, I just saw that they stayed unbeaten. That's all I saw.
Yeah.
Were they they were at Western. This was the opposing DJ, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, same breath of Miami, Ohio. Another headline that came out over the weekend: Bruce Pearl, former Auburn coach, was on his TNT job as an analyst and said basically along the lines that they should not get in. Their resume's terrible, like blah, 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 blah. And, Auburn's a bubble team. And so that's what everybody's saying, that he's saying that their record is not
He's
good
saying
enough.
Miami of Ohio shouldn't get in? Shouldn't get in?
If they lose a game. If they don't win their conference tournament, they shouldn't get in. So David Saylor, Miami of Ohio athletic director, took to the X machine, said, at Coach Bruce Pearl, you are flat out wrong about Miami of Ohio basketball. When you say we would finish last in the Big East, the disrespect is awful, and you should not be near a TV studio covering this sport when you show your true colors. You even slipped in a we when talking about Auburn. Nice work.
Well, Ken Palm and the net completely disagree. I bet you there's not a bigger gap in that. Ken Palm has them like mid-80s.
Yes.
So Bruce Pearl using Ken Palm would be correct.
Yes.
But the net, they're at 52, unbeaten.
They're going to get in. Unless they lose 2 games. Then
they're a bubble team. They'd technically be a bubble team right now. Yeah, 2 losses they can't have.
Yeah.
But they technically be a bubble
on the topic. Tweet of the day. Carrie Miller on Twitter on this topic said, let's play a blind resume game. Team A, 29-0. Team B, 15-14, but with lots of money and stuff. Who should get in?
Auburn, the net, for the record, likes Auburn way more than Miami. They have 5 quad 1 wins this year.
All right, more headlines for you. We got 3 minutes left. All right, number 1, Taylor Swift and Travis have a date. June 13th. Are you busy that day?
Not anymore.
I'm gonna be sitting, waiting. What else we got here? This is a good one. This came out yesterday. Apparently, Rams star Byron Young. This is from ML Football. Rams star Byron Young thought that the Raiders were drafting him back on their draft day. Vegas called him, and then when his name announced, it was the other Byron Young that got picked 7 spots ahead of him. So the Raiders called Byron Young and then drafted a different Byron Young.
I don't remember 2 Byron Youngs.
I don't either.
That close to what round are we talking about?
3rd round pick.
Boy, if we'd have had headlines I probably missed back then. I mean, we had players go 7 picks apart with the same name. That'd have been perfect.
I don't know. People, I don't know all the details on this one, but like it seems like either, if this is true, either one, the Raiders called the wrong guy or the Raiders drafted the wrong guy. Which one's worse?
Who? Drafting the wrong guy would be worse.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Drafting the wrong
especially,
one would be worse.
Especially when you have to put the college down.
Other Byron Young. Though?
I don't know that. I imagine they did eventually if they didn't call him the first time around. I don't know. Anyways, one more for you. This is the Magnus. What is it? Magnus Opus? Is that what you say? The tip of the iceberg? Creme de la creme. Sponsorship news from the Sports Business Journal. The Big 12 is partnering with Windex as the official glass cleaning partner of the Phillips 66 Big 12 basketball tournaments.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. That's
top comment says, I'm shocked that the purpose of the new floor is to sell advertising.
That's literally the only reason it's there, is to sell advertising and to have a rave during timeouts, I think.
That's right. I think it's pretty funny.
And
if you're gonna sell an ad, people will complain about corporate sponsorships, but man, you can get some good ones. There's such thing as good corporate sponsorships.
Yeah, I mean, look, what are you complaining about? How does it impact your life? Yeah. To see a Windex ad on the like, who cares?
Like, whenever they're talking about the jersey sponsorships that's going to start happening next year, like if K-State can get sponsored by like Oldie Seed, like some ag, like that's perfect. That's the perfect corporate sponsorship. Like that elevates K-State.
It does. Like you get some good ones, and then you get somewhere you're like looking at the corporation, you're like, dude, nobody knows what you do. Or it's something where it's like, what audience are you, what message are you trying to get across here?
The baseball helmets in the postseason where it was like Strauss. It was like a German company. It's like, who are you guys?
You sell microprocessing chips. Yeah. I'm not in the market for a microprocessing chip.
Game 3 of the ALDS. I need to get some foreign products in.
Yeah, let me go build a computer. Come on. No,
That's
then you
right.
have like the Royals with QT, and you're like, yeah, that's actually
That's a
pretty
good
perfect.
one. That's a good one. By the way, follow up to the headline. We still don't know why Chad Baker-Mazara is no longer on the basketball team at USC. There was never reasoning given.
That one's pretty strange. If you missed it yesterday, you can go back and listen on the Odyssey app. There 1 minute, gone the next. No reason given. As he went and sat with the fans, apparently. All right, that's the headlines I missed. When we return, Wichita State head men's basketball coach Paul Mills joins us in this hour. Looking forward to that conversation and some dates in the NFL business world that we need to pay attention to.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Sports Daily is on KFH.
All right, welcome back in here, everybody, to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, TJ Cleveland with you, joined right now by Wichita State head men's basketball coach Paul Mills, fresh off of a nice weekend, a nice week for the Shockers. You guys continuing, coach, to handle your business. UTSA, Memphis, 2 road wins. I mean, it's you get into this time of the year, it doesn't matter what you're doing, who you're playing, what the circumstances, you go win back-to-back road games, and that's great. What is that now? 4 road games in a row? That's fantastic. That's hard to do.
Yeah, 3 of your last 4 been on the road, and you just you get games at home, you get games on the road, it all evens out in the end. But I am excited about the opportunity to wrap up the season, the regular season here in Coke Arena. So TJ, I got to give you props. You have a hat on where Wichita is spelled up. I see it upside down.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I've got that one upstairs. That's for a different day.
Okay.
This one is right side up.
Well, in 2026, to see it the way that it's phonically supposed to showcase itself, I'm impressed.
I'm glad I could help. One more game on the regular season. FAU. It's going to be a big one. It's senior night, everything of that nature. This is a game, though, that on the road, it didn't go the way you wanted it to down in Boca Raton. What happened there, and how do you not let that happen again?
Yeah, it's not as fresh as it will be come tomorrow. Just took a lot of time yesterday in order to concentrate on us, but we got ran out the gym. I mean, we were down 29, and it wasn't much of a competitive game. They're number 1 in our league at blocking shots, and they just really thwarted any opportunities at the rim. And then we overextended ourselves defensively, and shots didn't fall, and then it just snowballed. And with about 12 minutes to go in that game, I said, well, we have another one against South Florida. Let's just pull these guys. And I just remember KG coming out of the game, and he had only had 5 shots. And just thinking through, we made it look a little respectable there at the end. I think it ended up being a 10-point defeat, but trust me, it was way worse than that. And I just knew that we needed to regroup. And but they're a plenty capable team that's fallen on some illnesses, not only from the flu when that was going around, but also some injuries. So we'll regroup and be ready for 3:00 on Saturday.
Head coach Paul Mills joining us of Wichita State. One of your seniors, Kenyon Giles, and we'll give you a chance to talk about all of them here in a minute. But Giles, 20 plus and 6 straight. It's been really interesting and fun to watch him play. One, I know fans are falling in love with him, but even on games where his percentage isn't as high and sometimes it's through the roof, it just seems to fit what you guys are trying to do so well. I mean, how much easier is it to let a shooter like that shoot when 50-50 shot, you're getting the offensive rebound?
Yeah, it's a huge benefit. I've been able to coach a number of guys that are similar to KG. They're just wired to score. They can get places on the floor, and everybody else on the team knows that this is happening. And so there's no ego involved. They understand that this is going to benefit everybody. from a spacing. And, what we're good at is being able to offensive rebound. You know what? Let's let Kenyon put it up. And then if he happens to miss, let's fetch it. If he happens to make it, let's make sure we get set defensively. So you really just kind of go through a game realizing at any particular moment he can string it together. We just need to make sure that the shot quality is what it needs to be. And he's not selfish about it either. I mean, he understands when to defer and when not. And I just, appreciate a guy like that just adds value and can elevate everybody else in the room.
I'm curious. This is something that I thought about over the weekend. He just broke the single season 3-point record. Whenever you were recruiting him out of Greensboro, did you think this was the caliber of player you were getting, or is he elevated to a whole other level at Wichita State?
I knew he was good. We sat in our meeting room in our conference room for about somewhere 4 or 5 hours, and we went through a number of guys' film, and we just sat there as a staff, and I think we ended up watching about 12 guys, and their names were on the board, and I said, all right, let's rank them. And I thought some guys were going to go with a 6'7" sniper that we had watched that ended up at another school. And I said, all right, and it was unanimous. I mean, all the way around the room, the kid at UNC Greensboro, the kid at UNC Greensboro, the kid at UNC Greensboro. And I'm like, everybody, like nobody likes the 6'7" sniper. And they're like, let's get that kid. And so we just, we just went all in on KG. I'm glad it worked out. You just never know sometimes in recruiting. And what you always gauge is what is the character of a player? Like, do they actually love basketball? There's a lot of people that like it. Do they love it? Are they consumed by it? Do they want to be a pro? Like, I to be honest with you, I don't do well with guys that aren't trying to get the most out of their God-given abilities, because this is all I eat, sleep, drink. So if you don't eat, sleep, drink it, and you think about other things, and it's not that we prohibit you from thinking about girls because you're that age, but that's got to be secondary to Spalding. Like, if I got to know that you're in love with Spalding. In our case, Nike makes our basketballs, but I don't, if you have a whole bunch of hobbies, if you tell me how much you enjoy golf, if you tell me how you watch a lot of anime, I don't say much, but trust me, internally, I'm like, all right, who's next on our list?
No walking
but he
and
he was all in.
Coach, he's one of your seniors. There's a lot of times you roll 4 seniors out in the starting lineup. It's an interesting time in college basketball because, we hear all the time, well, fans, these transfer portal guys, fans aren't going to get to know them. I'm going to guess that Saturday at Charles Koch Arena, Shocker fans are going to let your seniors hear how much they've appreciated it. And I would ask any of those fans that would, maybe be worried about that right now, you getting any less enjoyment out of these seniors? They've been fun. They've been incredible to watch this year.
Yeah. Let's celebrate Wichita, and these guys represent Wichita. So let's celebrate Wichita. And again, basketball is such a community event in the city of Wichita. And I feel like these guys have breathed new life and have revived what in essence was you were trying to reinvigorate a fan base. And I feel like these guys have done that. And just tremendous, not only Kenyon, but Karan Boyd was when we were at the conference tournament the day before we played South Florida, OG, our recruiting coordinator, texted me, said, this kid's available. And I just stopped everything I was doing and jumped on a phone call with his agent and just said, hey, if he's in the portal, like, trust me, day one, like, I want to be involved. And his value, Emmanuel Corfor, his value, I just think that these 3 guys, along with everybody else on the team, but they've been committed to this process of getting better. And it's allowed us to put ourselves in contention to get a seed necessary in order to favorably find your way into the NCAA tournament.
I'll ask you about Karan Boyd the same way I asked about KG. You played against Karan Boyd in the Roundhouse last year, right? ETSU was here. Was that something that when you saw his name, you were like, oh, we scouted that guy and we played against that guy. I want that guy.
I really wanted to find somebody who could replace Ronnie DeGray. Remember, Ronnie DeGray was hurt a year ago. We lose 6 in a row, was hurt in the preseason, and he comes back and we win 6 in a row. And I just saw the value of a Ronnie DeGray in this league. And Karan Boyd can guard 1 through 4. There's occasions where we've even put him on the 5. And I thought that, man, we can turn him into a perimeter player. He had primarily played on the interior there. But I said a perimeter player at his size is going to not only cause a lot of defensively, but he's going to be able to offensive rebound. And credit to our staff. They did phenomenal work, especially within his summer. And, the thing I appreciated about Karan is I'd call him at 8:30 in the morning. Usually you just anticipate leaving messages. That's kind of what you do when you deal with 20, 21-year-old. And he would answer. And I'm like, oh, man, this is my guy. You don't sleep till 11:30. And because you stayed out to the club the night before, all right, you're my kind of guy. And just after meeting him and seeing who he is, wonderful family, it's a no-brainer for us, and he's been phenomenal.
They've certainly fit the Shocker culture, and I know fans are going to have a blast with that Saturday. Jump ahead to the conference tournament a little bit, Coach. We talk about this a lot, and we have over the last couple of weeks. This new format's interesting. If you get in the top 2, you advance automatically to the semis. And I've asked this question a number of ways of like, would you rather get the bye to the semis or go to the quarters but know you're going to win in the quarters? Basically, how much concern is there to not play basketball for that? You guys could potentially play one game over 11 or 12 days here.
Jacob, no, you're going to win in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, you get to know. You get to know that you win in the quarters.
We like to deal in hypotheticals here.
Yes,
on
you get to know it. You got to play it, but you know that you're going to win it to then go to the semis. Would you rather have the tune-up game?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's a crazy statement.
That's
Jacob.
our job. I
get it. Hey, you just know you're going to win. How about you just go out there and practice?
Is there a concern about that much time off and having to play somebody that did get the game before? We see kind of, the big NCAA tournaments, we see play-in teams have success in the tournament.
And you actually saw that, remember last year when Ohio State won the championship. Like they were in football, they were just going everywhere. It was like, man, I don't know if you want to sit out. But trust me, we'll try to win it if it's 3 games in 3 days. If it's 2 games in 2 days. We'll be prepared no matter what. So it doesn't really matter. But trust me, we're not going in going, you know what, guys, we're skipping this scout report today. Yeah. We know we're winning this one.
Let's give FAU the win on Saturday on senior day. Let's let them win so that we can get to the 3 and get that extra game. I'm sure that's what the conversation is being had there.
It's good to be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that's right. I know that you can't specifically talk about this, but Saturday will be an interesting one with a visitor coming into the arena. I imagine between senior day and with everything that's at stake, you can expect a pretty loud crowd for that.
Yeah. You're talking about the 10,600 visitors, right? We're
one of the
anticipating them all.
10,600.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We're anticipating them all. So, it's you just enjoy playing games this time of year that are meaningful, and you enjoy seeing people who want to watch us play.
We talked a lot about the seniors. 2 of your younger players, Dylan Battie and TJ Williams, head coach Paul Mills joining us, to me feel like they're really stepping it up the last, week, 2 weeks to become secondary options. I don't know what it is, but like the opportunity to go get a rebound or make a big play after a shot, like those 2 guys feel confident to me. Are you is the staff seeing the same thing? Like they seem as confident as we've seen them all year long to go try to score.
Yeah, you need to go out there and play. You need to experience some success. You need to be celebrated by your teammates in order to continue that level of confidence that you're playing with. And I think both of those guys have hit different strides, and, really happy for DB. I mean, he comes out of the Temple game a week ago and has 0 points. And then he established himself really early at Memphis with his aggressiveness, and then the same thing at UTSA. And, finishes, if you go back and look at both of those games, he finishes 15 of 18 from the free throw line, and was, 18 free throws is, if you can get 18 free throws in 2 games, you're doing a heck of a job. So he's really, asserted himself. And it's, I went into the other night at UTSA at halftime, and I just said, guys, we're winning this 4 spot. Like DB and TJ, we need some of these other matchups to be able to make sure that we win them. But those guys have really been able to assert themselves, and to be honest, we've been on the plus side of a lot of these games on account of those 2 at that particular matchup.
Coach, I'm curious. I believe you mentioned something last week or the week prior about Okorafor potentially getting a waiver. Is that in the mix? Is that happening? And also Mike Gray, is he out of eligibility? I can never know who's the actual seniors and who's not.
No, Mike's already been granted another year on account of some injuries that occurred at George Mason. So he'll be back, and he'll have another year of college eligibility. And then Emmanuel, he only played 5 games when he was a freshman at Louisville. The problem is when the 5 games occurred. So you do have to go through an appeal process with him, and we'll see how that plays out. But it's definitely something that we're optimistic about.
It's fun watching those guys. One more player I want to ask you about, Coach, because he feels like he could just have one of those games. Brian Amunique, he was an interesting add toward the end, and we see him come in there. He seems confident to shoot. Does he have, I don't want to call it a green light because he's a young player, but how much do you guys want to see him shoot? Because he sure looks like a shooter.
You get in trouble with us if you don't shoot open shots. Everybody's anticipating you to shoot open shots. So
he's going to get them,
guys, right? Yeah, what some guys think is open, I'm like, you don't see the 2 jerseys in front of you. You're not open. And then you get the other guys who, you know what? I don't like, what are we waiting on? And you don't have to do that with him. You kind of have to that's a move it situation. That's not a shot situation, but he created an assist for Emmanuel Okorafor late in that UTSA game in a shot clock situation. So he can do other things, and made the left-hand layup against Memphis. But his expectation is when he touches that ball, if he's got any daylight at all, he better put it up. Otherwise, we're going to get on you.
All right, Coach. It's a 3:00 tip. Should be one of the better environments of the year. We've had so many good ones here lately. Shocker fans are fired up. Good luck there, and then we'll talk to you, I guess, before the American Conference Championship. I've done that about 1,000 times, but here we go. One more. Get that 2 seed. Let's, you don't need the 3.
Oh, listen to him change his tune now, Coach.
Don't worry about that 3. Just get the 2 and go get your buys. It'll be better.
Yeah. Let me leave that alone. Thanks, guys. Good to see you.
There goes head coach Paul Mills, not having any of the fun that we're having, waiting for the conference tournament. The 2 seed on the line. We think Tulsa's still got to win some games, but we think it's on the line. We'll be right back.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Busy.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
Welcome back in, everybody, to Sports Daily. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the program. You can golf right now. It's a little misty, a little foggy out there. But you could get out there and go. What are we looking at right now? 50 degrees? 50's kind of always been my number. 50 and above, okay. We get out there, 36 holes to choose from, or if it's a little too cold, you got 2 simulators inside there at Crestview Country Club. It's golfer's dream, and they got plenty going. If you're not a golfer, give them a call, Ask them about all their different kinds of memberships, golf memberships, non-golf memberships. It's a great time for the family. Tell them we sent you here from Sports Daily. Coming right back. If you missed anything with Paul Mills on the Odyssey app, you could, or in the interview, you can go back on the Odyssey app and listen to that. Paul Mills has fun with us, and I appreciate that.
That's the most I've ever seen Paul Mills laugh on this show. Oh, that was good.
I love messing with coaches, and I love coaches that will not take everything so seriously. And he doesn't. That's one of the things I really appreciate about talking to him every week. Like, it's an intense time of year for them. Like the level of stress this year, obviously the heart issues that he's gone through and everything. Like, coaches that'll have fun with it they're just like it feeds into things to me a little bit better. Always has, with coaches up and down the spectrum. Like, are you having fun? Because if you're having fun, we're all having fun.
Listen, as somebody who listens to Paul Mills talk two or three times a week during the season, like, he's got jokes, like, he's funny. And to see like this year, obviously, because you're winning basketball games, it's more fun. Like, I think that there was a lot of bottled up stuff the first 2 years.
We haven't gotten to see it for 2 years.
And I think just in those 2 years, it's just like, like, we need to take care of business. And I'm a very take care of business guy, and we're going to take care. And this year, even since like November, like October, he's just been like cracking jokes, loosey goosey. Like, you see him on the sidelines pumping his fists in the air whenever they're going on runs. It's like, whoa, this guy's crazy. And then the video of him screaming last week.
We're getting some of, when he was hired, we got a little of that from Oral Roberts, his having fun as Public Enemy, having fun as, like, there's a lot of coaches, when you ask them a sports talk radio crazy topic that we have thousands of, like, would you rather play 2 games or 3 with the bye? Like, there's a lot of guys that get mad at that stuff. Yes. No, it's fun. Like, we're all having fun when they're winning. And I get it. You got to win to do it. It's not fun when you're not winning.
Correct.
So,
Jerome Tang press conferences turned out to be not fun.
The
this
other
year.
part of it is, this is the first year we've had a chance to regularly talk to him every week. That didn't happen last year, or the year before, and I think that helps too. Like, it is different a little bit, but getting a chance to like really enjoy some seniors through the portal. This has always been my point with the.
By the way, Mike Gray
of it.
That Mike Gray news, I had no idea about that. That's a big deal.
Don't think I did either. I don't think I did either.
He's a senior, and he wasn't going through senior day.
When we talked about the seniors and he only mentioned the 2, it was like, wait a minute, there's 4. And we knew about a core of 4 because he told us about a core of 4. Mm-hmm. I didn't know about Gray. I don't think I did either. Mm-hmm. So that's interesting news and certainly good news. You can bring back a point guard and a center, potentially. Let's hope that now, also careful to say he can play college basketball again. We know now not to assume retention. That's not a thing you can do anymore in college basketball. But it's been a good group. And it's like a part of, I think, the reason it's been so fun for fans is there has been an opportunity this year to really get to know. And again, it's all through winning, right? It's all through winning. But you've had a chance to get to know some pretty interesting basketball players, and a coach with his story of, the heart issues, and get to see him have a little more fun. And we're putting out the fun videos, and we're asking him stupid questions here to give him a chance to have a good time and just like let loose, because the pressure of this going into this year, I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine what that's like. So I'm glad to see it. It's more fun for everybody when the Shockers are good. Say it 1,000 times. It's more fun in Wichita when the Shockers are good.
Listen, I'm talking about it's stupid, but the mid-major rankings and things like that, like the mid-major accounts are like tweeting after they put that out, and they're like, man, I've never seen a fan base so happy to be number 24 in the rankings.
It's true. Like, we're all having fun with all of it. Like, all of it's fun. But even like, the last couple of years going into the American Athletic Conference tournament, the American Conference tournament, it's like, yeah, you got to win it all. Can they? Sure. We've seen it's different right now. It feels a little bit different than going in with maybe the expectation. I mean, is the expectation for Shocker fans to win it?
I mean, I don't know. We went over this yesterday, is that there's a difference between expectation and disappointment. So I don't know if the expectation is to win it, but I'd say the expectation is to at least make it to the championship game.
Let me
if you
go.
lose.
Let me take you back to the dumb sports talk radio hypothetical that we've been talking about. Making it to the quarters, make it to the semis. Because I would say this: you make it to the quarters, you win, and you lose in the semis. It's probably less disappointing than if you go straight to the semis and lose in the semis. And it doesn't. Again, I've also
disappointment.
I've been on the record. I don't think there's going to be disappointment. I think we're good. I've said that before. I think
I think that it's house money at this point.
I think everything's good. You have captured the fan base again. I do think they'll retain a ton of the roster. Like, I think we're good.
I don't think that the words, expectation or disappointment, there will be, like, you're going to be disappointed if you lose, but like,
and expectations change. Yeah.
I'd say there'd be a disappointment if you go straight to the semis and you lose that game and you don't even get a chance at the championship game. There'll be disappointment there, but I don't think that the expectation.
There won't be disappointment in the season, but yeah. There'll be disappointment if they lose any game, for sure.
True.
We got to be fair. I'll be fair to my own expectations. I'm pretty sure I said top 3 in the league at the beginning of the year. They're going to be top 3 in the league.
I agree. I think the best way to put it, and I say this for a lot of things, is that, like, you just have to think about it in odds, like betting odds almost. Is that, like, like if they go straight to the semifinal game and they play Tulsa per se, they'll be favored. If they lose that game as a favorite, it's a disappointment. If you go play South Florida,
you think you'd be favored against Tulsa?
It's probably a pick 'em, if I had to guess.
I bet they're not favored.
It may be like a 1.5 underdog, 2-point underdog.
Yeah, it'll be tight.
Then you get to South Florida. That game you'll be like a 6.5-point underdog, probably something like that. Like, because they love South Florida, even though you beat.
Florida's really good. South Florida's problem is
something
they do
like
what
that.
The Shockers do. Yeah,
exactly. Anyways, not to get in the weeds here. You'll be an underdog in that game. If you lose as an underdog, it's not a disappointment. If you lose as a favorite or a pick'em, then it's a disappointment. Like that. That's the best way to think about it. And that's why it's like, if they didn't get the triple bye, like, it would be disappointing because they're the favorites to get the triple bye.
Yeah, I think. And look, I assume they would win if they go to the quarterfinals because I like them against any other team in the league. That's for us to play, not for them to play. It's the challenge. Yes. Look, it's the challenge of the college football playoff. It doesn't matter as much in, like, the Big 12 tournament, for instance, because all those teams are getting it anyway. But when your season's on the line, like when you're in an essential elimination game, it's something we see. Play-in teams win tournament games, but they got to get there, right? You got to win your play-in game, but once you do, even with the travel you have to do, like, we see it every single year. There is something to it. Now, the shocker, oh man, if it's Tulsa and Tulsa's had a chance to warm up, that does scare me a little bit. I got to be honest.
Tulsa's scary regardless. It just depends on what Tulsa you're going to get.
I got to be honest with you. And because they're a team that shoots. Right,
exactly.
They're shooting.
Both of the games that they're going to play, if they get the triple bye, like, they need Giles to score 25 plus, or they're not going to win the game. Like, if you're going to beat Tulsa, you're going to have to shoot threes. If you're going to beat South Florida, you're going to have to shoot threes.
Well, the last game we saw against Tulsa, I would tell you that you better hit your free throws.
Yeah,
and I would almost say you better hit your free throws. Might be even more important than Giles needs 20.
Was that Tulsa game the one where Giles scored like 28 points and they were all in the paint because he didn't make any threes? I think so.
Yes, it is. He played a different way, and most of it was in the second half too, by the way. But yeah, but it was a game where they didn't hit enough free throws and it almost cost them. Right. So I would say that's the thing, probably more than Giles's threes. Now, Giles needs to score, but he always needs to score and he always will score. All right. We've mentioned this. The deadline today, NFL news, is we're going to make a quick pivot. 3:00 is the deadline to watch today. Nothing yet this morning, correct, on Breece Hall that I've seen.
I haven't seen any. Nope.
I looked yesterday.
How much is that franchise tag?
I ran a whole thing yesterday. Like, you go look right now, and there every report out there out of New York is they're working on a long-term deal, and the plan is to tag him. Man, the clock's ticking here.
I know. Franchise tag would be just over $14 million. What it looks like.
The transition tag is
transition tag is 11.
and I don't know what the difference between them
I
is.
guess is that just to save money they would use the transition tag?
Hell, I don't know.
I don't know. The NFL offseason is so confusing, man.
I think Breece Hall's desire to be there still has to be high.
I know.
If you're the Jets and you're going to commit
the other part of this
because if they sign him long term, he's going to be like a top 4 or 5 paid running back.
Yeah. Isn't there something about you don't have to sign the franchise tag too, right?
Well, you don't get a choice, but you can hold out.
Yeah.
You don't get a choice
because I remember the Trey Smith had.
Yeah. You can hold out for no pay, though, I believe is what it is.
Something like that, yeah.
So, and then you're not getting service time. Most people don't like the franchise tag for that reason. But at running back, when you can get all that guaranteed money through a franchise tag, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I think that even if Breece Hall doesn't want to be in New York, if he's going to get $12 million, $14 million,
I don't know what the number is on a franchise tag for a year. They take what do they take?
Franchise,
the average of the top 4 or the top 5?
Something like that. Franchise, I just looked it up. Franchise is just over 14, transitions just over 11.
Okay. And long term is probably 14 for 3 or 4 years. If it's going to be the Jets. I don't know if it's going to be that if it's anybody else.
Yeah.
It's probably a situation. I don't think that many reporters in that market are wrong about the Jets' desire to do it. I think at this point it becomes Breece Hall's desire to do it. Because if you're the Jets and he's giving you an indication like, guys, like, I really don't want to be here. I'd like to test the waters. It doesn't make sense to do it at running back. It just doesn't. Like, why? Why would you do that if you're the Jets? You're not like
That's what we've said. You're not a running back away from winning.
They can tag and trade too, I believe. So you could go that route and try to get a 5th round pick out of it. I mean, nobody's going to trade a king's ransom on a tagged player that they
$14 million running back
that you still have to pay, right? You still have to probably work on a contract. So there's some options here, but it's deadline day and it's 3:00 today. So we have not seen anything thus far that says any deals have been made or done. It's still the same as it was yesterday that the Jets want to. That's all. Again, likely coming. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of likelies. I'm seeing a lot of expected tos, but the closer we get to it.
I thought likely played for Baltimore.
Okay, so he retweeted on March 1st. Never cut off what's been good to you for a maybe.
What does that mean, Breece Hall?
We'll find out at 3:00. We're coming back with more Sports Daily. Don't go away.